Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Al Holland Show here live from B-Dubs as we'll talk about everything Pike football, and we're here with Coach Al Holland. Al?
Hey, good win this past week, and great to be on the show tonight and get to talk about this past week and talk about next week's opponent, Point University.
Well, I thought we had a good start last week. Kids came out, played hard, both sides of the ball, which is good.
And I think it's a reflection of last week's practice, Monday and Tuesday. I really pat them on the back on the effort and enthusiasm they brought to practice, and it carried over to Saturday's ball game. And, we moved the football offensively early in the game, sustained drives, and really, controlled the clock and managed it really well. Defensively, guys started making plays, being in position to make those plays, and just playing with a lot more effort and flying to the football. And sometimes, hey, that'll help make up for a mistake, when you got all 11 guys flying to the ball.
It does, and I thought that you did a real job managing field position, kept them in the deep behind the other line, make them behind the chains a lot.
Yeah, and I felt like we did a good job defensively, especially first and second downs early in that game. We did a heck of a job. Third downs we still got to improve on, so that's still got to be an improvement there defensively. Offensively, third downs needs to be an improvement. Didn't like our numbers there on the day, but hey, but then I got to go back and pat those guys on the back, because then we was in fourth down situations 3 times and we was 3 for 3 on fourth downs. So a heck of a job there converting those, and that says a lot. And that's able to move those chains to be able to put us in position for scoring positions and things like that. And also our field goal team there right at the end of the half with the big long 39-yard field goal for Will Chandler. That's his longest one so far in his career, and I know he can make them a few yards longer than that. So we've got the confidence in him, and we got to continue to build on that.
Well, that's true. You got yourself in really good positions offensively.
Right.
I thought your running game really set the tone for the day.
And, that says a lot about our offensive line. And you'll get to talk to X Willis in a little bit. Him and Willie really complement each other a lot. And we've got our running backs here tonight as well with their quarterbacks. But, Dylan Wheatley had some big moments for us, especially blocking. But those tight ends involved in that run game as well. But, the offensive line continues to grow as a group. And, they've done a great job and continue to get better and better. And, as those guys go, our running game goes.
And I thought they gave you good protection in the pass game, too. Gave Bowen time to really set up and look at the field.
No, I thought Bo did a heck of a job this past week, as in going through, hey, 1's not open, 2's not open. Hey, let me check this thing down to the backs, and let me get down to 3, because, hey, they're trying to get deep underneath some of those routes, and we came back down to our backs, and, hey, they converted some of those to being first down, throwing catches, and that helps us move the chains.
Well, I thought they tried to throw a few blitzes at you, and he got the hot reads right as well.
Yeah, so it's just part of growing and growing up a little bit, and that's just part of it. And those guys are doing a heck of a job complimenting each other and pushing each other every day in practice.
And then you were able to get the short passing game, and then got a couple of long ones as well.
Yeah, we sort of mixed it up, just took advantage of what they gave us, and, trying to set some different plays up throughout the day, and just based off some formations and things that we knew they was going to get into defensively, so that way we could sort of exploit them a little bit in the passing game. But it all goes around that running game. When you get the ball, when you're able to run the football, they got to add more people to the box, and now you can take some shots vertically down the field, but then, hey, now you get to soften them back up, and now you can come back to running that ball again.
Well, it's like we always say, you use one to set the other one up,
that's
that's kind of what you did with the run game.
I'm an old school type guy that says, hey, you're not going to try to put a square peg in a round hole. It's not going to fit. So, let's take what they give us and, let's help us to be successful out there.
Being able to set the tone of the game, and you did that early. You took your opening drive, able to move it down the field, and once you set the tone and make them do things they're not comfortable with.
Right, and that's hats off to our return team. Gets great field position to start with. You're able to move the chains, convert some big plays going down through there to score, and then even our special teams, I thought we're continuing to improve there. We still got a little ways to go, but when you're solid in special teams, you got a chance to win and be in every ball game as well too.
I thought your secondary played a little bit better and gave you a little more opportunities.
Sure did, and we're starting to get a little healthier. You'll get Jay Green back this week, so that'll help. You'll get to talk to Cedric Thomas, a freshman that recovered a fumble in the end zone, also recovered the fumble for a touchdown, and is having a heck of a freshman year for us. But those guys, just continuing to grow week in and week out. Chris Dublin's back. He's now another week healthier from his injury a couple weeks ago, and Sean Cook's doing a heck of a job for us. So being that senior leader in the back end. So as we get healthier and starting to get more guys back there, we get a little more depth. So that helps us as well too.
And you were really able to go deep into your running back core this week and get a lot more experience out there and get a lot of rest.
And that's big for us. We got some really good backs in this program right now, and those guys complement each other. Each one brings something different to the table for us, and that's big for us in the long run and in the long haul this season too.
Well, that's true. You got speed, thunder and lightning kind of thing, as they would say when you bring Willie in one time. Willie's kind of your power back, runs up the middle, and then X can just he can make people miss and make the big plays.
Both of them bring a lot to the table for us, and X has been great in space for us and being able to make guys miss one-on-one, and some of his big runs have now become between the tackles and trying to get him there to understand that, and he's starting to understand it more and more, and that's why you start to see the more yards per game each and every outing out there for him.
Well, it's a lot easier for them to do it that way. Looks like we're about ready for our first break, so we'll take a break and be right back on the Al Holland Show. Welcome back to the Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're with X Willis, one of the running backs, I guess the starting running back from you, Pike, as X has got the starting nod here in the last few games and had a good game Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Had almost over 90 yards. Actually, you had over 100, and that one kind of cost you a little bit.
I went back on my last play. I ended up with 97 on the ground.
That's a nice start for you, X.
Yes, sir.
Of course, I've been watching you play since your days at Belfry, and I've seen your potential all along. And really, this year, you've seen a lot. You kind of stepped it up a notch this year. You're able to really get through the middle of the line, doing a lot of stuff on the inside, instead of just going around the out.
Yes, sir. It just took time. It took a few years to just get experience and get more comfortable with the change in offense, but I can hit it north and south now, and I can still get east to west too.
Well, that's the nice thing about this offense is it's a lot like that Belfry offense. Only it's still an option offense.
Yep.
But it's just a different set.
Yep. We're just in the shotgun. We're still reading if you can hand it, run it, or pass it. Just like Belfry, you can hand it, run it, or pitch it. Same thing.
You caught a few more passes here than you did at Belfry.
Yeah. We throw it a whole lot more.
Yeah. But, the thing I've really noticed about you this time is you've been able to get through the middle, make a couple of moves, and pick up a lot more positive yardage than trying to stretch it out the outside. You've been more unpredictable.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I saw that Saturday you were able to make a lot of got a spin move I hadn't seen much of before.
Yeah, it's new stuff I'm trying. Yeah, I'm working on my craft and new things come. College football is just a whole lot different because it's not always about the big run. You know what I mean? I'm just getting up the middle, making a move like you said, and just trying to get some positive yardage.
Tell a lot of people about the difference in the speed of the game from coming from high school into college.
Oh, yeah, that's what took the most time to adjust to. The speed was just a whole lot faster. I mean, as soon as I get the ball, it's just like people are flying around everywhere. But it took time, and I'm starting to get it now.
Well, now that you've been with this offensive line group and everything, you all really understanding each other. Mm-hmm. And even people don't understand, even the offensive line, they have read blocks that they make, and you have to kind of play off of their block in order to go up the middle. And that's what took time to learn, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It took them time to get a little more comfortable and experienced, and me as well. And now that we're on the same page, that's why the run attack is working so well. Yeah.
And we've kind of emphasized the run a little bit more this year, trying to use the run to set up the pass, and that kind of gives you more opportunities.
Yes. If we can get the pass working first, it's going to open the run up. And same thing, vice versa.
I thought Saturday you really did a good job getting the run established early. You had some really nice runs. Had a really good average on the day.
Yeah, I did. A lot of that goes to the O-line, though. I want to give them the glory because with them playing like they're playing, that leads to my success. So, yep.
And of course, getting used to playing with Bowen full time. I know he was he kind of stepped in late in the season last year, and you got a chance to learn him. But how hard is it to get to know? You got to get to know your quarterback as well.
Yeah. Well, me and Bo, we played a little bit our freshman year together, and practice all the time for the last 3 years. So we're comfortable with each other. I like being out there with him.
That makes a big difference when you understand his thinking too, because a lot of when they start pulling the ball out and everything on that run option, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because
he does good with it. He makes the right read sometimes. Yeah.
at Belfry, you know, it was a lot more. You get a lot more pitches, and now you're getting a direct handoff 90% of the time.
Yep. I like it. I like the handoff as well.
And then you're also doing a lot of the little screen passes, and you're really the hot read a lot of times for him when things get bad. You're playing protection, and you'll take off and get into the pattern.
Yeah, if he gets rushed, he can just dump it right off to me. I like that. I got a lot of yards off that this past weekend.
Yeah, which actually goes down as a rushing yard if you catch it behind the line of scrimmage. So it helps your numbers a whole lot, doesn't it? I know you don't really worry about those numbers as long as you get the win. That's the big number to get.
Yeah, that's the main focus.
And, you know, like I say, Saturday I thought that everybody having an extra running back in the backfield makes a big difference for you, too. With Willie back there, that gives you a chance to take a couple plays off, and both of you can have strong legs throughout the game.
Yes, we keep fresh legs in there, and it's been very productive for us.
You know, you really like to get out into space and use your speed, which you've been blessed with.
Yes, sir.
I know as far as this offense is kind of really tailor-made for somebody like you who can catch the ball and who can run through the reads.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it is. I like this offense.
So, you know, a lot of different things. How hard is it to get used to getting the hand signals from the sideline instead of going into a huddle every play?
It's not hard because, I mean, a lot of times I just let the quarterback get it and he'll yell it out real quick. So it's simple, and I like to keep the fast pace going like that too.
Well, I think that's really good for a running game because that makes the defense have to set faster and make a quicker decision. So it gives you a chance to read off of them a little easier because, you know, they're indecisive before they start.
Yep, and we keep them tired and keep them on their toes, and that's our style of offense. So it works well for us.
Well, good. I mean, things are going really well right now. You finally get that win, getting ready to make the trip down to Point this weekend. What do you know about them?
They beat us last year, and they shouldn't have. It was a close one. We got to be able to pull those close games out at the end, but we ran the ball well on them. I've been watching film on them recently, and I think it's going to be a competitive game, and they're good, but we can win. We can win this ball game.
I know their athleticism kind of matches yours. They're a lot like the way we play.
Yeah, they are.
All right. Looks like it's time for our next break. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to the Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're with Cedric Thomas. And Ced, you had a pretty good game Saturday.
Yeah, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 for a touchdown, 1 in the end zone for stopping them scoring.
Well, you know, you did that first one was really big because that stopped them on their drive. You was able to pick that ball up and, you know, came back out to the 20. So they were down in there close looking like they were ready to score. So that was a big help to your team.
Yes, sir. I actually thought, well, I didn't cause the fumble, just picked it up. Teammate caused it, but it was great teamwork. That week or on the sideline, coach has been telling us we need more turnovers, and then we just executed. So.
And then the scoop and score was kind of nice, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. That felt great. Running into the end zone, that felt great. Picking the ball up, great.
This team liked to throw the ball up, give you all a lot of practice out there tonight.
Oh yeah. All week we have been executing, going over coverages, making sure we had everything down. Coach telling us get back in deep third, and we just, I think as a defensive unit, we did everything we could.
I thought it was a great defensive effort. I know you said you were from Cincinnati, Ohio?
Yes, sir.
Said
Cincinnati.
You went, what school did you go to?
Lakota West.
Lakota West. Okay,
yes,
out of Westchester, is that what it is?
Sir.
Okay. We were just talking. I know my wife's from up that way, so, you know, we got a little bit we can talk about. But, you know, said you had a couple interceptions earlier on in the season?
2 interceptions. One, I don't know how long it was returned, both second half of the game. But, yeah.
Just a freshman coming in, so that's getting a lot of confidence in you, putting you out there in the game that early.
Oh, yeah. I think Coach has a lot of trust in me. I trust Coach. That's one of the reasons why I came up here. Talking to the coaches, it just felt like family. So him putting me in, I think he trusted me and I trusted him, and it was just confidence after that.
Well, I know that's what it takes out there is just teamwork and confidence in your other teammates out there, especially when you're in that secondary. You're playing because you always play a zone. You don't very seldom you play man, do you?
Yes, sir. We play a lot of zone, lots of zone, and you got to trust. Like Coach has told us, you got to trust each other to play your zone and not do anybody else's job. So you got to stick to your zone and trust everybody else that they're going to do their job.
You know, because a lot of people don't understand. You know, y'all play a 3-deep zone, so you got a certain area of the field that you have to defend,
Yep.
and you got to know when to let your man go and trust that your teammate's going to pick him up.
Trust that he's going to pick him up, and every time I trust, they're there. So, yeah.
So far, I think the defense secondary's been pretty good. You had a bunch of injuries, so got obviously
yeah.
given a lot of opportunity for some of your younger players like yourself to get into the game.
Yes, sir. With all the injuries, it's kind of set us back. But as a defense, we coming together. A couple more kids to join the defensive side. So I think we're still now getting into the groove with all this energy setting in. So we're not getting into the groove, and I think it's going to be great.
I mean, I thought that may have been your best defensive effort of the season on Saturday.
Definitely. With our team coming together, they scored 14 points. We was hoping for a shutout, but it couldn't happen. But other than that, defensive line executed. Linebackers did their job. Tackles in the backfield from everybody. We had not a lot of missed assignments. You know, everybody was on their P's and Q's that game. So.
Yeah, and you know, like I say, especially when you're playing zone defense, it's all assignment football. You got to keep your lanes, your zones clear.
Yes, sir. Cover 3, our deep zone coverages or whatever we run, it's a lot of talking. So you have to communicate before the play, after the play, during the play. So it's a lot of communication. It's a struggle, but we're getting through it.
Well, especially in these new offenses where they keep moving guys around, you got to remember, you got to know where they're at because there are seams in the zones you really got to make sure to be aware of.
Especially in, like you get into any coverage, it's always a weak spot in that coverage, but coaches told us to play ball. So the cover 3, you can let it go a lot of short routes. Cover 2, let go a lot of deep middle routes. So, I mean, you got to feel the zone, know where weak spots are, and just play ball.
So was this your first start?
No, I've been starting since the second game.
Second game? Okay.
First game I got in at halftime. After that, I've been starting.
That's good. You got a lot of time left, being only a freshman.
Oh yes, sir. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what this school and this team has to offer me.
I tell you, I think glad to see you make the trip up here to Pike. Well, it's actually pretty close. Your parents get to come watch you pretty often.
Oh yeah, I think my mom has came to every game. A couple other family have came to a couple recent games. So yeah, I got a lot of family support.
It's about a 4-hour drive, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 to 5 hours. I
made that trip way. You're on the backside of Cincinnati, so it's about a 4.5-hour drive for you. I know that it's about a 4-hour drive right to Cincinnati to the river right there. You cross the bridge. So I've been, like I said, I made that trip many times over the years that my wife and I have been married. And but it's been great to see you able to step up and jump in there and take responsibility and do a pretty good job of it. Like I say, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, only just a few games in. That's a pretty good start to a freshman year.
Thank you. And it feels great. It feels great to execute with my team. Not only is it me, but it's a team effort. So, yeah, it feels great.
Well, that's good. I mean, anything you want to say that we've not covered?
No. Go Bears. That's it.
Go Bears? All right. Well, we appreciate you, Cedric, coming by and visiting with us. And good luck to you for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back on the Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to the Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. And, Coach, looks like we've got some highlights from this weekend. And if you're ready, we'll put them up there for everybody.
Yes, sir. But you couldn't ask for no better weather than the first half. Being overcast on a 1:30 Saturday kickoff, and then to come out of a halftime, it was pouring the rain. Here was early in the game, a nice block by Darian Leslie out here on the perimeter to help set this up for X right there. I'll tell you what, Jalen Stone continues to improve as an offensive lineman. Here's a nice run by X and a little cut back here. And here was, a prime example of what I say to our guys, busting their tail to be down there, be in position. And Raekwon Birch, a freshman here, running down and recovering that fumble on the sideline. And, if he goes half speed, then he don't have an opportunity to get there. Here's a nice another run here early in that first half that set up another touchdown. And finally getting Braxton Whitmore on the board this season. Got a lot of double coverage early in the season and, found ways to get him the football this past weekend to get him to score. Here's that field goal we talked about. Hats off to that whole unit. It's not just one guy. It's the whole unit that sets the tone there, and they did a heck of a job there. And Bowen Smith called his own number. between him and Matthew Fields, the center there. Little quarterback sneak there. So, and they got that option at any point in time. But, just look at all the guys flying to the ball. We miss a tackle, but you got somebody else there, and then we end up creating a strip, and then Said ends up picking it up to take it for a score here. So, big play there. And, here's a nice play by Frills, another redshirt freshman that contributes and getting better and better. And Duke Ferguson here on our little trick play. We give him a hard time for not putting this one out there, but he's like, Coach, I overthrew it in practice. I didn't want to overthrow it in the game. So, nice play here. We bend, but we didn't break. And creating a turnover and guys being around the football to be able to jump on it here and to sort of seal the deal late in this ball game, and a heck of a job by our guys. But, we go to Point this weekend, and we're on the road. So, we'll see how we handle a little bit of success. So, and really challenging these guys to push the tempo and practice here. And they did a great job last night, and we'll see how it goes tonight once we get out there, and then again on Thursday for a perfect Thursday practice.
Well, that's a good little bus ride down to Point.
Yes, sir. So, that'll be about a 7.5 hour trip for us. And, we'll get up Friday morning and hit the road. And, so we'll end up missing class on Friday, but then we'll stop at a high school down there in Georgia and have a run-through practice and get after it, break a sweat, and get our legs back underneath us. And then we'll have a nice team dinner that night and have meetings and watch film and then get back up that next morning. And it'll be a fast start for us because we'll be about 45 minutes to an hour out from the stadium. So we'll have a pregame meal, have meetings, walkthroughs, and then get on the bus and get our minds right and then show up there probably about 2.5 hours before kickoff to get ready to get going.
What do we expect to see out of Point defensively?
Very athletic team. Got some experience coming back out on the perimeter at corner and safeties, and a couple linebackers that played against us last year, and a couple D linemen that played against us. So, an athletic football team. The guys that like throw their body around and go out there and make plays. And got two really nice safeties that do a great job in being in position to make plays and are sort of, as I call them, ball hawks and going to get in the football. And they've had some interceptions this year. So, we got to play disciplined football for 60 minutes and, hopefully wear them down and maybe use our depth as our advantage.
Try to use their aggressiveness against them, try to boost some misdirection stuff.
Yeah, so, but, they are athletic and they got some experience. So, we got to continue to work and, it's just going to be a day of different guys that may show up on that chart as making big plays for us. So, we got to make those routine plays as well.
What about the offensive side of the ball? What kind of offense do they run?
Well, they're going to be a spread offense. Quarterback's back from a year ago. Really good receiver, number 7. He's back, and he's also a return guy and one of the probably top wideouts in the league. And he heard us a year ago on some big plays. So we got to make sure we know where he's at. Contain their quarterback. He's athletic. He can get outside the pocket, can run, but has a strong arm and can make some throws down the football field. And we'll lay it out there for their guys to go get it. So, we got to get him off of his target zone, as I say, and making him move his feet back there in the backfield and make him uncomfortable throughout the day so he don't get comfortable in being able to throw the football.
Yeah, with an athletic quarterback, you want to make him think run, and then make him throw the ball when he's on the run.
That's right. So, but we got to keep him contained as well, and defensive line's got to do a great job there, and our backers, and making sure we keep contained and we don't let them get outside of containment on us throughout the day.
So overall, it's going to be actually their team really a lot like us. Then as being very athletic and very mobile.
They're a good football team, and Coach does a great job with them. They've been in a lot of different type of ball games. A week ago they lose a heartbreaker, 30-29 at Campbellsville. So on the road. So, they've been right there in games, but then they've been in some low-scoring games, 17-5 games. So, they've played all different types of ball games throughout this year. So, we're hoping, that we're ready to play, and we got to really focus on us and, continue to focus on those fundamentals and continuing to improve. And I need to see improvement from a week ago to this Saturday to show that, hey, we're bought in, we're doing things the right way, and that paying attention to those little details will help pay off for us to hopefully pull out a win.
Well, you say you're going to get a couple guys back, and hopefully that'll help you with getting that experience back.
It does, and it's nice having Josh Irvin back out there practice this week. Been out since week 2, early in that first half of the second game there, and Jay Green hadn't played the past week and a half. So last 2 weeks, he dressed this past weekend, but still wasn't ready to go. And another corner that's got experience, that's played early in the season for us. So, but other guys have stepped up as well. So you're starting to build a little bit of depth there defensively, and that's going to help pay off. And it was great having Matthew Fields, one of our centers, back this past week. Even though we rotate some guys in and out to play there, those type of things pay off for us as the year goes along.
It does. We're about to the end of our time. We want to thank everybody for watching us here tonight. Want to send best wishes and good luck for you on the trip down.
Sure, appreciate it. And we got to say hats off to Buffalo Wild Wings for tailgating with the Bears this past week. Did a heck of a job. A lot of great compliments on that. And our fan support out there on an ugly second half rainy day. But I want to say thanks for them and their sponsors tonight. So thank you.
Yeah, but with the win, it made it a beautiful afternoon.
It sure did.
So for Coach Al Holland, this is Charlie Pinson. We'll see you next week on the Al Holland Show from here at Buffalo Wild Wings.